Let's see what's on. Happy Thanksgiving, buddy.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Guys Night Lab. I'm Jesus, and welcome to another edition of Thankful for Thanksgiving. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about a show that came out in the early 2000s, and it actually came out in 2000. So it's a 25-year-old show, which is crazy because if you think about like if it 2000, if this was 2000, the year 2000, November something 2000, then it would have been 25 years ago of 2000, which would have been 1975, that's crazy. So it's as old as that, if that makes any sense. Anyways, the show we're going to be talking about is a show called Ed. Now, the show is kind of interesting because it's not like you can't find it anywhere streaming. I think there's a lot of licensing rights of music and stuff like that. But it is an amazing show. It stars Tom Cavanaugh. You might know him. He's recently been in The Flash. Julie Bowen from Modern Family. Michael Ian Black. Justin Long. Mike Starr, who was, I think he was in Uncle Buck, Dumb and Dumber. Ed Wood, you'd recognize who he is. But it has a good cast, and it's pretty much the story is about a lawyer who's in New York, and he finds his wife cheating on him, or actually gets fired for a multi-million-dollar contract at his law firm in New York. Goes home and then finds his wife cheating on him. He goes home to the fictional town of Stuckyville, where he grew up, and he bought a bowling alley, and he runs his a new law firm there, taking cases. So but he wants to like rekindle lost love, or love that never happened, with a high school flame. It's a really simple, great show. I mean, something I could compare it to is like The Wonder Years, but there's no like narration. But it's such a good show. It's a coming of age story in the sense of like not coming of age like The Wonder Years, because I think he's like in his 30s or 40s, and it's like his life is starting over again. Single, back in his hometown, and it is a coming of age stories in that sense of like just finding yourself when you've already established your life, and now your life is, not to say ruined, but kind of gone. But in the season 1, episode 7, is they have a Thanksgiving episode, which is called Something Old and Something New, and it's great because it's the first Thanksgiving that Ed has, Tom Cavanaugh, his since getting divorced from his ex-wife. So it's the first Thanksgiving that he has where it's not with his wife, and he wants to do all these things that are traditions, and all these things that are it's called Something Old, Something New, all these things that like just kind of say Thanksgiving. And I love that because this is what I want. That's why I do these Thankful for Thanksgiving episodes, because I want to promote Thanksgiving and traditions and stuff like that. And so he's kind of going down memory lane and thinking of all the things he used to do. And he takes a case of a kid who got his arm broken or hurt from something that he did on Halloween. That's kind of like the B story, and the A story is kind of like him wanting to do Thanksgiving and stuff like that. Pretty much there's like a B, and C story. So the A story is like Ed trying to do like the Thanksgiving things of wanting to do traditions, and it was kind of like the episode that had like the first Friendsgiving. So I know that Friends kind of like established the whole Friendsgiving thing, but this is like the first show where it's like they did the whole Friendsgiving. So it's like friends and family all go to the bowling alley and they have a Friendsgiving. So that's the A story, and then like him cooking and stuff like that. The B story is Ed taking the legal case of this kid who broke his arm, and kind of defending him, and kind of going through the court case of that. And then the C story is Michael Ian Black, who works at the bowling alley, is always kind of coming up with some like, here what do you call it, like a total just something crazy, a crazy scheme, always scheming and shenanigans. And he's trying to like sell like polished turkeys or something like that, or sophisticated, really prestige turkeys and all this stuff. So it's a really funny show. There's a lot. It's not offbeat in tempo, but it's you just got to watch it. And the only way you can watch it is on YouTube. It's kind of grainy, but the episodes are great. They're on stream. They're not streaming, but they're on YouTube. If you just search it in Ed TV show, Tom Cavanaugh. They're kind of grainy. They're not updated for like 1080p or 4K or anything like that. But like I said, definitely a great episode that has to do with Thanksgiving and kind of not tradition lost, but just things changing. But yeah, a really weird note is that this episode came out. It aired on November 19th, 2000, which is exactly 25 years to the day of today. So anyways, I think that's a great sign to definitely check out Ed, Something Old, Something New Thanksgiving episode from my Thankful for Thanksgiving. So yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. All right. Take care.
Look, you know, Ed, getting through that first holiday, it could be tough on people.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and you know why? It's because holidays are all about building memories, you know, and history and tradition.